As you know, we are talking about how teachers could become an important party to create quality teaching context for an institute, right? So we have already talked about the skills of teachers and the qualifications of teachers. Now we're going to talk about the support, right? If, for example, the teachers are doing well, right? So the institute, on the other hand, needs to provide, some opportunities to teachers to maintain their quality teaching by attending some, by participating in the research or attending some conferences or, going for some training sessions, right? So we'll talk about the support and its significance for maintaining quality teaching, right? There are various forms of support which could be there for teachers. The first one is the orientation. The orientation, whether the teachers are given clear instructions about what they are going to be expected while they are hired, right? And whether they are given, clear orientation about the goals of the program and the mission of the institute, and what approaches they are required or desired to employ in the classroom. And do they have some resources, or whether the teachers need to arrange themselves for some instructional materials, or if they face some problems, how their problems could be addressed. So this sort of support is important to help teachers maintain their professional development. Okay. Adequate materials, where the provision of good learning materials, teaching materials, is important thing for supporting teachers. I personally believe that nothing is demotivating for a teacher than to know they have not been given, effective instructional materials or the guidelines about the use of materials, or whether they are themselves responsible to create materials or to use the existing materials. So there should be clear guidelines about these things, right? The forms of support for teachers, the division of responsibilities, what roles they could be expected to play, or the responsibilities they could be expected to carry out while they stay in a particular specific institute. So this needs to be clearly mentioned to the teachers and their further learning. The environment where they could be given some opportunities to enhance their own professional learning. And the teaching release, if they are given some opportunities to, maintain their professional development, and whether they are given opportunities to have, consultation with mentors. Mentors come into the classroom, observing the classroom activities, and then giving some feedback. And rewards, what rewards are there for teachers who perform well in terms of, implementing the curriculum, or in terms of doing quality teaching. So if they are rewarded well, this could enhance their motivation level. And the helplines, if, for instance, they need some assistance in making the use of multimedia in the classroom, or, there should be some helplines to make them or facilitate them in teaching processes. And the review is another form of support available for teachers, whether they are given some opportunities to review their teaching practices. So overall, this support, although it looks a trivial element, but it has its significance for teachers to maintain quality teaching, which could eventually impact upon the provision of effective teaching.